Hello there, pod racing fans. Welcome back to the next match of the Galactic Circuit. Should be an exciting one for you tonight. This is the first match of the upper group. This is Domirae versus Metallica. Dom taking second in the seedings and Metallica taking fifth. So this should be a pretty exciting match. I'm Nock. I'm joined here by Lightning Pirate. Lightning, what do you think about this match?
I'm very excited for a match like this, especially so early on in the tournament. I know we're really used to like a group stage match being more of like a sure thing with very few uh, matches where you're not really sure the outcome. But I'm liking these closer matches. I know we've already had a couple of those, so it's exciting.
Yeah, this new format where we're putting closer seeds together has been pretty hype so far. I'm excited to see how it pans out for the rest of Group 1 especially.
All right,
It
there's
looks like
our looks like our layout is up. There we go.
Yeah, and it looks like Metallica needs to fix something real quick with the bitrate, and that is done now, so I'm going to ask the players for ready, and we'll get right into it.
How is our audio, by the way? Chatters. Does everything sound all right? Hopefully. Cool.
All right, the countdown has been given. They should be off in, there is a stream delay, so about 45 seconds here. This race should be starting. We're starting here on Sebulba's Legacy. This is a short-ish track, about a minute 50 seconds, a bit under if you're on good pace. One of the harder tracks in the game. There's a lot of opportunities to mess up here, especially as semi-recently the rules for this track were changed. An old strategy, it got reclassified as a skip. So players will have to be working with a different path at the end here than they may be used to.
That's right. In previous years, we've seen you can actually skip this section that Domirae is about to approach, where you would actually ride that right wall that he just passed and actually arrive at where Metallica just passed there to the finish line.
And Dom with about a second faster lap time, taking that riskier path. The tunnel is faster, but boosting through there is really scary.
Yeah, looks really close though. This tunnel, I've always struggled with going through there, especially when you land. It just seems like there's a very high chance of dying there.
Yeah, depending on the landing angle, you can... Oh!
Oh
And that's exactly what happens to Dom.
no! Yeah, that's not looking good for race one.
Yeah, and while Dom is, faster here when he's not crashing, that's still going to require Metallica to make a pretty big error for him to catch back up in this race.
Yeah, lap 3. Let's see. I mean, like you said, there's still a lot of areas where it can get dicey, but we're already in the back half here. Just a couple more turns to go. Metallica playing it safe, staying
Yeah,
on
I
that
can't
upper
imagine him
section.
dying here.
And it turns out for, look at that, 152
Yeah, wow.
to 154. Still extremely close with a death. Domirae really pulled out the stops after that. Just still hoping, to catch up.
Yeah, really a testament to Dom's pace on the other two laps that it was even that close, because a death costs more than 2 seconds in this game.
All right, incoming bans. Looks like Domirae starting out with an Inferno permanent ban, excuse me.
Makes a lot of sense. Metallica holds both the 3-lap and 1-lap records for Inferno skips.
Yeah, so no Inferno skips today, sadly.
Bumpy's Breakers taken out by Metallica, and Abyss taken out by Dom. So actually 3 of the usual
Wow.
skips tracks are gone here.
Yeah. And then
Hey,
Fire
there's
Mountain
our first
Rally.
This Is Pod racing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
I don't
sense.
think we got one of those yet.
Dom banning Bull's Roar could suggest a no upgrades force, or could just be a simple throwaway ban. Metallica takes away Gravine Gateway. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm. And we're going to Aquila's Classic No Forces. Which is like, what isn't it like the most played track
Yeah,
in
I
our
think
tournaments?
I thought I was talking to Paige a while back, and she was saying that it's in like 40% of our tournament matches. Simply put,
That's
Aquilairs
insane.
Classic.
Yeah, there's 25 tracks, and to hold that that
The
percentage.
final perma ban was Fire Mountain Rally Asder. And I would expect Metallica is going to ban Gravine Gateway every time it's his turn to ban a track.
I'm really interested to see how these players are going to leverage the small updates we've made to the rules with the new flap force or the fast lap, where your time is actually based off of the fastest lap instead of the total time, and then additional pod bans as well. So it's like a 2-for-1 special on pod bans.
Yeah, which we've already seen put to use and seems quite powerful this year. The fast lap I don't think we've seen yet, although that seems a lot more likely in these upper bracket matches.
I'm thinking these guys might actually whip it out, but we'll see. I'm not sure where though. I'd almost expect like Aquila Classic to be a place to do that, but you never know.
Well, I almost wonder if Dom in particular might try to pull out something like that on a track that has one really difficult portion, like Endo Mountain Run.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Because getting 3 tries at doing a fast canyon, Dom is probably a lot more likely to hit that than Metallica is.
Yeah, you might have called that.
At the same time, that is dangerous, since that fast lap was one of the qualifying tracks. Both players will be pretty familiar with it.
True. But Dom likes those risky strats. He likes the go bigger, go home moments.
All right, both players have given the ready, and the countdown is out, so we should be getting into this pretty quick here. Aquilairs Classic, not a very tough map. There's really one place at the very end, that figure 8, is where most of the time is going to be gained or lost here, so it's going to be all about just racing clean lines.
Yeah, very low on hazards, no real use of the different terrain types. Like, it's very straightforward. But it has some great atmosphere, like going through these tunnels and the underwater sections are really cool.
Oh, for sure. This is all of the Aquilairs tracks. I feel have this really great background, especially these underwater tubes.
And then these I guess they have like very little use of reflections, which is kind of cool. Like the like watery sections in the Sunken City part. And here's that figure 8 that is nasty and probably the main source of difficulty here. And it's right before the finish line, so it's really all up to that.
Both of them got through pretty well, though. That was a very close lap, too. Dom about 0.2 ahead. But actually probably slightly more ahead than that, since Dom came across the finish line with less heat than Metallica. Um, that'll actually give him a little bit of extra speed for the third lap.
Yeah, he's definitely peaking that heat there. Whereas Metallica, I guess they're both managing to hit max right before the figure eight. But yeah, I think Dom's just taking a lot tighter. Oh man, extremely close lap times. But yeah, the lines are very important on a track like this.
And Dom is just edging out a little bit more advantage. Metallica has about 8/10 to make up now. One subtle little thing there, Dom is actually racing with an AI, and Metallica is not, which changes the doors cycle, those sliding doors. So Dom will actually, on laps 2 and 3, he had a bit of an easier time with
Ooh,
those.
going a little wide into the wall there, but he keeps it together. He's
Yeah, that was
still
very
ahead.
lucky.
And it looks like it's going to be Dom navigating that figure eight beautifully. Metallica just a little bit behind there, but yeah, a great pick from Dom.
Yeah, for sure. Really just showing his prowess with these lines. And you could see Metallica there crossing the finish line with only about half of his heat used up, which cost him a lot of time in that third lap.
All right, we're tied up here 1-1.
Uh, Asder, the doors cycle every time a pod passes them. So Dom gets there on the first cycle, then the AI that he's racing with essentially resets it for him. Okay, Boom to Training Course banned. That's probably the last of the main skips tracks, and a very annoying skip to do in tournament.
And Metallica banning, or temporary banning, Bull's Roar. So, where are we going?
Oh, is that right, Mikey? Apparently, a 236.5 is the fastest Aquila Classic in any of our tourneys.
Holy cow. Yeah.
And wow, it's going to be another short track. Mon Speedway, no force.
These are always fun.
Yeah, this is a blink and you'll miss it track. The world record is what is it, 39 seconds?
Yeah. Well, you saw there Metallica has a sub 40 there on that save. Which is, and then Dom there 90 or 39.3 it looked like. But yeah, this is a notorious track for, because of its length, just how optimized it has gotten to.
I think this is a pretty smart pick from Metallica, getting a shorter track where Metallica, very solid runner, but definitely the underdog in this match. But on a track like this, if Dom even just bonks a little and Metallica doesn't, it's going to be game over for him.
Right, we've seen that a lot where that's sort of the strategy, where you're trying to push yourself to the point where even one mistake is going to cost the race. So I think Mikey said it best when he said, you know, it's you either get out of Mon Mothma Speedway with like 0 deaths or like a bunch of deaths. It's like you know, one or the other situation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just with how tight you need to be on every corner to get a good time. Yes, Rogue, this is just practice runs. Since every track in the game basically requires a different traction and frame rate, we let players warm up a little bit on each track, just to make sure they have the right upgrades and that they're feeling comfortable.
And this is going to be a best of 7, so first to 4 wins, which is not something we've done before, actually. This is the first year, I think, we're doing this best of 7, which I think is nicer for, like, especially the amount of 5-0s we've seen in the past, so...
Yeah, especially for group stage. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
And in these best of 7 matches, each player will have 2 forces, rather than the 3 from the best of 9s.
That's right. I'm hoping we'll see something used here. I mean, I'm expecting it.
Yeah, I have to imagine both players have forces lined up. They're just waiting to use them.
And we're off. Mon Mothma Speedway, shortest track in the game. And the first lap goes just fine for both players. Slightly shorter first lap time for Domirae.
Yeah, though again, Metallica actually this time on the lower heat, so that shorter lap time for Dom can be a bit deceptive.
Keeping it clean, Dom's still in the lead. And the third lap is where everything gets tense, and he takes it.
sub 40. Good lord, Dom.
Of course. Knocks it out like it's no big deal.
Just casually beating Metallica's PB.
All right. So that is another win for Dom. And he comes back from his first race.
This is... Metallica's only got 2 counterpicks left, so I'm betting this is where we're going to start to see forces. Unless he has one Mondo pick where he's going to layer both of them.
Banning bulls again.
And Boon to Training Course, same bans as last time.
What do you got for us, Metallica? Something interesting?
And yeah, just to reinforce what Mike is saying, Ace is not competing in this year's tournament, Baz.
Yeah, it is a very different pool of players from previous years. Much smaller. And a lot of the like long-time competitors. Well, I mean, a couple of them have dropped out, but still very close matches, I think, are promised in the future of this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. And especially, I think Goofbrush is going to be the player to keep an eye out on.
Oh yeah, he was the winner of the miniature tournament held over last winter, which was an RTA format.
And he also managed to take top seed in the groups over Dom. Ooh. Okay, this is a fun pick. Doug Derby, and we're force banning Ben and Elan Mack. So again, that's only one force this year. You can ban 2 pods with a single force.
Interesting. Okay, no Ben, no Elon, no Bull.
So this should be Mars or Mahonic. Aldar Beto, I believe, is a trap here. I don't think you can actually leverage his speed because his turning is so bad.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. It looks like Metallica's and Dom both using Mars. The Dom using the the secret pod, which is using the same stats as Mars, Jin Riso.
Yeah, Aster, that change has been a pretty big deal for the strategy. I think it's doing a lot of interesting things for getting different pods out. And Mikey Bulls, I believe, is actually faster here than Mars, but he's banned. Dom looking a little unfamiliar here. I don't think he practiced this.
Oh, and for Game Draco's sake, I should mention that this track is based off of Laguna Seca, right? This is the Laguna Seca one?
Yep, this is.
Nice.
And yeah, Aster has it. Bulls was Metallica's just default ban. I'm feeling a little worried for Dom on this. He's trying to push it really close. Hopefully
Yeah,
he tightens this up.
doesn't seem like you would think to practice Mars here. Like it's definitely good strategy to like push so many pods off of your opponent here, especially on a track that's has varying results depending on each pod. Like it's very close, I should say.
Um, there's one of the Malistaire tracks. Yeah, so Boba's Legacy, I don't believe, is based on a real life track.
I think we tried at one point to find a track that looks like it. I don't think we found one because you have to think this game was made in 1999 and it was made, in Southern California. So there's the two tracks that are in this game, Laguna Seca and Sonoma Raceway, are both California tracks.
Yeah, that would be interesting if it was based on a track that's no longer there. All right, this is the real start. Both racers off. Alright, has Dom cleaned this up from those practice runs? It's funny, Mars is, in theory, an easier pod to use than Ben, but his turning is so tight you can actually kind of trip yourself up.
Yeah, you can almost oversteer if you're thinking in Ben, if you're still on Ben pace turning.
Right, this is going to be a very close first lap.
Wow. By half a second, Dom leads.
But actually losing the boost in the shortcut there, so Metallica makes up a bit of time with that.
Yeah, this corkscrew, that little chicane especially, is a real nail biter in lap 3, but it looks like both players have navigated it extremely well with
Yeah,
that Mars
Metallica
turning.
almost got into a bit of trouble on that lap, but managed to save it.
Extremely close second lap time. It was like 2/10 apart.
Yeah, this is going to come right down to the finish, because you can die on any turn on this track. Both good through the corkscrew again. Dom definitely a little ahead.
Here he comes, final turn, and looks like he takes it. Wow.
Just over a second and a half. Jeez, these have been close.
That was an extremely good pick from Metallica, but Dom just showcasing his skills there. He has a very wide skill set in what he can pull off.
And a 136 with Mars is an absurdly fast time.
Yeah.
The world record with Ben is a 131, so
Holy cow.
Baz, Dom lost the first track. He lost Sebulba's Legacy. He crashed on the tunnel at the end of lap 2,
All right,
whereas
it's game
Metallica's
point
come.
for Domirae. I'm really hoping Metallica can knock another one off.
That was Doug Derbyasser. Actually, both players with very good times on that. A 137.9 with Mars is also ridiculous.
Metallica
Bulls
banning
banned
bulls
again.
again. And the same temporary track ban from Domirae in banning Bunta Training Course.
No, Aquila Classic was Dom's pick, right? Am I going
Yes,
crazy?
because he lost the Sebulba's Legacy, the first one. Yes,
Yeah, banned him.
Inferno was perma banned. Yes,
Yes.
it'd be so nice to get on-screen stats.
Yeah, no worries. Aster, I'm used to it too. Everybody picks Ocularis. Betos, no forces. Okay,
Okay,
so Metallica giving up his final force.
so we're not gonna see unless Domirae loses and pulls something out. Hmm.
Yeah, it seems we did away with the on-screen stats, Mikey, just for this year's tourney. They were nice, but we did have a few close calls last year where people would forget to take them down, and I think Ace even dropped a track to that.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a solution that was creative in concept, but not as well. Like it didn't turn out as well in execution. But I was more thinking like you could like do something with the overlay, like on the speed gaming side, like have.
Oh, yeah, I thought there was some issue where we couldn't change it ourselves.
Um, well, the potential way you could do it is uh, like if you used a browser source, like generated a web page with stats on the back end, and then just have that as the overlay. That could
Sure.
be cool.
And yeah, Mikey, this is Beetles Wild Ride, no forces. So it's just gonna be a straight up Ben race.
Yeah, just a full track Beatos. So
I'm doing 10.
yeah, we'll definitely be seeing tent from Dom.
That's scary stuff, man.
I mean, he's got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, I guess he does. That doesn't save that much on this track though, and it's really
I,
spooky.
I mean, at this level, you can't leave it. You can't leave your Beatos untented. You know, you gotta use everything you got.
I don't know if this is still the case, but this has historically been one of Dom's least favorites. So
Yeah, maybe in that, maybe it's just a spite pick from Metallica. Then,
well, if he
if
doesn't like the track, maybe he hasn't practiced it as much. It's not a bad pick, I don't think. Okay, countdown is out, so they'll be starting in a sec. Let's see what Metallica can pull out here. Opting for slightly different lines there. Metallica sliding through the ice arch, whereas Dom jumping straight over it. Ooh, and Metallica going a bit wide on that turn into the shortcut.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's gonna get the edge off of Dom here. I mean, maybe he's counting on Dom to play more risky, like that we see Metallica not using tent, and he's probably mentally counting on Dom taking tent and taking higher risks.
Yeah, I swear Dom almost crashed into that rock in the middle of the road.
it's yeah, it's very scary to look at Dom's screen.
It definitely seems like maybe a bit of a mind game from Metallica here. I have to see what
Yeah.
the lap times are. It's so hard to tell with the sync being just like a few tenths off who's actually ahead.
Yeah, they're starting to leapfrog a little bit in terms of heat and boost. But it looks like Dom has a slight lead here.
Very different boost patterns in the back straight there. I guess because
Oh.
Metallica is going. Oh no!
And there it is. Metallica actually playing the mind games in full effect.
Oh,
And
and
there's
another.
the spiral.
Yeah, that 10 exit is just so brutal.
No balling on Beetles Wild Ride.
All right, so it looks like almost certainly we will be going to a game 6 here. And it just goes to show you how absurdly difficult this game is, how punishing every turn can be, that even, Dom, definitely best player of this game, holds almost all of the world records you could possibly hold, still taking crashes.
Yeah, it's very rare to see a crashless match. This is an extremely intense game, and uh, it makes for some exciting spectatorship.
For sure. Actually, I think Metallica is crashless still, this whole match.
Yeah, which is a testament to his skills. All right, Metallica taking another point off. See how long he can hang in there. Should be 3-2 now. There we go.
That was another very solid time for Metallica, 240.7. Very fast on that track. Especially for not using tent. Like world record strats, you're using the tent, and it's so difficult to actually even make up time in the tent.
I see Metallica spouting anti-tent propaganda in the chat.
Yes, tent obviously should be avoided at all costs. I agree. I think doing tent on Beetles is absurd. But Dom probably thinking he needed that extra edge, and you can certainly, if anyone's going to pull it off, it would be Dom. Bulls banned. Both players liking to ban this. I guess because it can function as a throwaway ban, but also can scare people about no upgrades.
Yeah, it's almost like a just in case ban. Like, yeah, it's a very middle of the road. Like, we'll see what I do with this.
Grabvine Gateway banned. Again, I think if we see another Dom pick, Metallica's going to ban that again. Dom is just so in a league of his own on Grabvine.
Some top tier puns from Asder in the chat. Okay, here we go.
Death Row's Revenge, no force. So another straight up bend mirror.
Or D-throws, as Domirae likes to say.
Yes, of course. Well, Metallica's not going to get a salty run back, Yam. If he drops a track, it's game over.
Oh yeah, that would be a great pick.
This, I think, another smart pick from Dom. Death Row's Revenge. It might seem a little counterintuitive. Death Row's is a pretty straightforward, easy track. Falling off of that top path there is like the only place where you're super likely to die. But I think that makes a lot of sense for Dom because it means it's just going to come down to lines. He's not likely to make a big error, and he knows he can win on just a straight up race.
We have seen some players in the past. There's some trickiness with the out of bounds finish where, you know, if you don't set it up correctly, it can cost you this race. But I don't expect that from these players.
Yeah, I don't think either player is gonna fail that out of bounds finish. Actually, almost. I mean, Dom will certainly go for it. I wonder if Metallica will. It is a risk, and it only saves, what is it, 2 or 3 tenths, if that?
You're talking the roof strats?
Oh no, I mean the out of bounds finish.
Oh,
I don't actually know how much that saves. I just know it's a pretty small amount. Oh, okay. Wisdom for Mikey. Apparently, this out of bounds finish isn't that bad. Neither player failing that first kind of scary point, that fall off the top track. It's not hard per se, but sometimes the game just decides you die there.
I'm noticing some much tighter lines from Domirae so far.
Yeah, Metallica going wide around that corner. Actually, all of these in the tunnel doesn't look super familiar on this track. Obviously, he knows it, but it doesn't look like he's been grinding it.
Maybe
Wow,
again,
full. Go ahead.
yeah, full second. Maybe again, it's a mind game pick. I'm not, or actually no, this was Dom's. Sorry, I was mistaken there.
Yeah, you can even tell just from the boost confidence and how much heat Dom is using. This is definitely something he's been practicing.
Yeah, every single maneuver is like super well executed.
Metallica made up a bit of time on that lap. Oh no! And that's what I was talking about, the stupid top track.
And the rage look back. Oh, always sad to see that.
Yeah, Metallica, I mean, he's got to know that sealed it.
All right, out of bounds finish. That's the only hope for Metallica here.
Yeah, or some double crash on the cranes. Oh, taking the tightest possible line, and Dom clears it easily.
Yeah, 2-0. Oh man, Just under 207. Oh.
What a time from Dom on that, too.
So that is going to be the match for Dom.
Yeah, taking it 4-2. Still, that was a very close race and a very good showing for Metallica. A lot of, especially the earlier tracks, were really ridiculously close times. And let's see if we can get players in for interviews. Hey there, Dom. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, thank you. Was a stressful match after that initial death.
Yeah, a lot of really tight races in there. Very good showing from both players. And hi there, Metallica.
Hello.
GG Metallica. Some great times you put up today.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun first match.
Yeah, for sure. Great way to get back into the tournament. And you know what? I'm much happier with that match than I was the match from last year that we had.
I remember on that match, I think you nearly had a deathless run on the whole thing, right?
I believe I was deathless, and it was going to be a 7-0 until I died on the last corner of Baru Coast.
Well, this time I think I was deathless the whole time until the very last track, so...
Yeah. I still don't understand how I died on that 10th entrance of Beetles Wild Ride. I'm gonna have to watch that back.
Yeah, I don't trust the tent in that track. I don't know if I'll ever take it.
Was that a because that was your pick, Metallica? Was that more of a mind games pick, or what was your strategy taking Dom to beat us?
You know, Dom doesn't like Beatles Wild Ride. I like it, so it was kind of an obvious choice.
Yeah, and I was using up my bans purely on getting rid of inconsistent shorter skip tracks that I didn't want to deal with.
I see. Yeah,
I know you're good at Inferno Skip, everybody knows that. I'm not in the mood for Abyss Skip ever, and I wasn't feeling Bunta Training Skip today, so I just got rid of it.
Yeah, well, I will tell you, I did practice Abyss for today, so...
Can't say that's too surprising. What was your thinking with Doug Derby there? Because I wasn't expecting you to take me to Doug Derby.
Well, I've been doing Doug Derby with Mars since like I can't remember if it was 2019 or 2020. I think 2020. And you know, it was a very hard track at the beginning, but it's been so many years that I've grown very consistent at it. So it's a bit of a comfortable pick for me with that pod.
Gotcha.
You know, usually I don't do it because I didn't like wasting pod bans on getting rid of all of the faster pods. But since they changed the rules a bit this year, I decided to try it out.
Oh yeah, it kind of opens up that pick for you. Makes sense.
But I definitely wasn't expecting your time to be so low. I've never had a time like that.
Yeah, Mars is, Mars is just so much more agile than Ben on that track that it, like, except for if you start overturning, it feels really nice, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think that's just me having done way too much Doug Derby.
And another thing I was wondering about is, how do you deal with the nerves? Because I was pretty calm at the beginning, but as soon as the countdown went down, I could literally feel my heart beating out of my chest.
That was me the entire time on Sebulba's Legacy, but once I had that first death, I just kind of chilled to the music that I had playing and relaxed myself more. And then when I died on Beetles, I was more surprised than tilted, so I just kind of let it be. I was like, this is fine. I'll probably lose this track, it's whatever.
what did you die on in the first track?
So I was doing the tunnel jump, and it went fine the first lap. The second lap, however, I was on low heat due to a mistake I made, so I was trying to use more of my boost, and I had a bad angle when I did the jump, so I kind of tapped the wall, and it sent me into the left side.
Oh,
And that left side wall is very dangerous, because it's just a big curve.
yeah.
So yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I tried doing the jump down to the bottom into that tunnel, but I felt like it was too inconsistent for me, so I had to go the long route instead.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't save a ton of time. It only saves like 2 seconds, like 1 second per time you do it, except for lap 3. And realistically, I probably shouldn't have gone for it, but I've been doing it so much today that I felt like I could do it fine, but forgot about nerves. Didn't account for that.
Yeah, I actually with Duck Derby, I always, when I practice, I get times like the one I got today. So I always felt pretty confident in the previous years when I picked Duck Derby with Mars, but then on the real thing, the nerves and stuff, I always end up getting a much slower time.
Yeah, your time was, like I said, better than I was expecting. I didn't really know what time to expect myself to get with Mars, but I knew that he could at least get a 138, and I figured you would get that, so my goal was just to try to beat that. So when you got a 137, I was like, oh, nice. It was certainly a good showing, and you put up good other times, too. Like that Beetles time without tents, pretty nice, and your AQC time, is always nice to get a 238. I'm just happy I was finally able to get a 236 in tournament, since my show match with King Bean Dip, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it was pretty good, like really fast.
Yeah, felt pretty good. Same with DR getting a 206, I was pretty happy about that. Although it was only by 6 milliseconds. Oh, and I bobbed ace on Mongaza, so now he's gonna have to come back and beat my time there in tournament again in the future.
Yeah, it was quite the highlight of really well executed races between both you guys. It was really nice to see so early on in the tournament.
Yeah, this was a really good match, so I look forward to seeing how you perform in the future group matches and, of course, in the double elimination bracket, Metallica. I wish you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you. Actually, I wasn't expecting to really score any points today. I mean, you always want to like try your best and stuff, but when I play against you, it's like, is it really gonna work? So if I had a camera looking at my face when I heard that I won the first track.
We need I think Gran Turismo has like heartbeat monitors and like
Oh
face
my word.
cameras. We
Oh,
need
no.
that level of setup.
That'd be so bad. You just see our heart rates over 100 the whole time.
Yeah, the nerves are real in these matches.
Oh yeah, I can already feel the nerves for when I go up against Goof, the clear favorite to win the tournament. It's gonna be stressful.
I almost can't tell if you're joking like that. That's gonna be a very exciting match. You versus him in groups.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. Regardless of who wins, I'm gonna be happy with doing that match. I'm not really too concerned about, like, oh, I gotta be the first seed coming out of groups. It's alright either way. Just looking forward to getting the nerves out of the system in groups, so that way I'm put together for the double elimination bracket regardless.
Good way to look at it.
But yeah, GG again, Metallica. Fun match, and thank you guys for doing commentary. I know you hopped in here pretty late, Lightning, so appreciate that.
No, I was happy to hop in on a match like this. It's really cool to see. But we got even more coming on the way, so stay tuned, everyone. I think the next scheduled match is between our Knock here and Crypto Racer, which I saw in the chat. So
Yeah, that'll be Tuesday, half an hour later than this match started. So unless someone schedules for Monday or the weekend, that'll be the next match.
yeah. And make sure you join the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer Discord so you can stay up to date on the next match and follow the tournament. And good luck. Best of luck, Knock. And GG's to both our runners in today's match.
Yeah, great match
Yeah.
from both of you.
Best of luck to you, Knock, on your match, of course.
Thank you. And of course, best of luck to the both of you in your matches going forward.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. See you, chat. Thanks for coming and watching. And may the force be with you.
And of course, thanks as always to SpeedGaming for hosting these for us.